Are you struggling to grow corn? Do you end up with small, incomplete ears like these? Well, here are 5 reasons why your harvests are not amazing and ways to address these issues. Number 1, inconsistent watering. Inconsistent watering will lead to struggling plants that cannot grow and thrive. You may even notice your leaves start to develop brown tips or becoming curled. Look, without water, corn is not able to move nutrients from the root zone throughout the rest of the plant. Consistent watering will help produce big, full, fat ears of corn. Now you can water with a handheld hose like a hose link, or you can set up a drip irrigation system to do the work. Whichever route you choose, get on a schedule and stick to it. Number 2, lack of light. Corn needs full sun in order for it to thrive. And if you don't remember, full sun is a minimum of 6 hours of direct sunlight. But there's a catch. This sunlight does not have to be continuous, meaning you can get 3 hours of light in the morning, 2 hours in the early afternoon, and more than an hour in the evening. A lack of light can and will limit photosynthesis, which will lead to slow growth and weak stalks. And if you have weak stalks, there's no way you're going to have big ears of corn. Number 3, lack of nutrients. Corn is a heavy feeder like squash, melons, and tomatoes. Since it has a shallow root system, I like to enrich the soil with organic matter before planting my seeds. Now, once the seeds have sprouted and they're around 8 inches tall, I come back and add some more fertilizer. Be careful to not use excessive amounts of nitrogen when growing corn. This can lead to stalk lodging, which is where the stalk breaks right below the ear. Also, excessive amounts of nitrogen mean that you are usually going to have decreased uptake of other nutrients, and if we're lacking in any of the nutrients, we are going to end up with lower yields. Number 4, poor spacing. Just like with other plants, overcrowding leads to problems. If you plant corn too closely together, they will compete for water, light, and nutrients. If you notice yourself ending up with small cobs, this could be the reason why. Normally, corn is grown in rows, but if you're short on space or live in an urban setting like myself, then you can try growing corn in containers or planting it in a block pattern. Whatever you do, make sure you have proper spacing. I like to space my corn plants around 8 to 10 inches apart. If you overseeded the area, that means you will need to come back and thin your crops. Now, do not yank your corn out of the ground by the stalk. You should get your favorite pair of pruners and cut it where the stalk meets the soil. So if you notice your corn ears are missing kernels, then more than likely your corn was not pollinated properly. And the 5th and final reason is poor pollination. Corn is wind pollinated. Pollen is released from tassels that grow on top of the plant, and this pollen must come in contact with every silk in the cob in order to create full ears of corn. And that's because each silk strand is connected to a future kernel. If you're looking for a way to aid in pollination, once you see the tassels form on the top of your corn stalk, go outside and shake your stalks side to side. This will help dislodge some of the pollen and spread it throughout your corn patch. Look, everyone wants to grow the perfect ears of corn, especially during the summer for backyard cookouts. Try these tips and see if your corn harvest improves.